Hi lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Excuse my voice, I haven't been well, which is why I haven't done a video for the last 2 weeks, I think. And I'm back, but my voice is not quite back, so excuse that. And first things first, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. And thank you so much for the actual increase in subscriptions, which is amazing. Thank you guys, and welcome all of you new people who've subscribed, and yeah, just welcome, and let's get on this journey together. So today I wanted to do a video that I have been wanting to do for a while, because it's something that I get asked here and there, but I was like, let me just compile all of it and do a video about 15 things that you did not know about me. So some of you may know some of these, and I'd love to know which of these you knew and how many. So comment below, let me know which ones you knew already. And yeah, you might find stuff that you didn't know about me as well in this. And yeah, I'm gonna try to be as honest and as open as possible. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Of course, I'll begin with the first one. I love tea. I'm sure none of you knew this. All right. Yeah, okay, so that is like the most obvious thing about me. I love tea. That is not a unknown fact. So let's get to the real stuff, hey? The first one is that I went to school in Singapore. I went to school in Singapore for about 2 years. So we moved to Singapore when I was about 10 years old. My mom and I moved there because of her work. She got a job there as a software engineer at Land Transport Authority of Singapore, and I went to school there at Marsiling Primary School. And I mixed it up with my Australian school, Strathmore Secondary School. So yeah, Marsiling Primary School, and I made friends there of like diverse ethnicities, and I still keep in touch with some of them, and it's amazing. It was such a wonderful experience in my life. And my best friend there was Tamil, and actually a lot of my friends were Tamil there. And so I used to keep a bindi here and try to like be all Tamil, and I used to watch a lot of Tamil movies, and go to their houses after school and eat like sambar rice and rasam rice. And it was just, I mean, honestly, I just had like a really amazing part of my childhood growing up there. And I love Singapore, and I'd love to go back and live there as well for a little bit. So I also learned to read and write Tamil in Singapore, because it's compulsory that you take a second language. And more than Malay and Mandarin, I thought that Tamil would be more beneficial for me, so I took that up so I can read and write Tamil even now. And I can understand it a little bit as well and speak it a little bit, but the speaking part I'm not great at, so because I don't really get to speak it so much, but I can read and write Tamil. So those are two things that you may not have known about me. And the second one is rather embarrassing and definitely subject to judgment, so please don't judge me. I've never ever had a pet. So guys, I would love to have a pet. I'd love to have a dog one day, but I never had a pet. And for my 18th birthday, my best friend Damla from Melbourne bought me a goldfish, because she, I think, was thinking of easing me into like pet territory, and she got me a pet goldfish, and I named it Yalu the Malu. So that happened. And so this fish survived for a grand total of 24 hours. That's it. So I had my birthday party, and I was really tired, so I slept in the next day, and woke up, and I think I just forgot about the fish, guys. And anyway, so she had bought like an oxygen machine and pet food, for the goldfish, and like a beautiful round fish tank, and like the whole shebang. She'd really like gone all out. And I think like a water purifier as well, and like everything. And so by the evening, I went to check on my goldfish, because I was like, oh my god, Yalu, what's he up to? and it was not alive anymore. So forever ashamed and forever not able to live it down, because my friends and family are always making fun of me, and my mom is very serious. Every time I bring up the idea of a pet, she's like, really? Have you forgotten Yalu? You know, like a mom way. But yeah, guys, honestly, that's a shame. That is just shameful. But it's what happened. I have never had a pet, and the one pet I did have survived 24 hours. Okay, so number 3. You guys know I've been vegetarian for a while, so I'll tell you that I've been vegetarian since I was 15 years old. So at 15, I was told that I had like a little bit of a tough time coming up, like astrologically. You know, us Sri Lankans, we like to check our horoscopes and see how everything is going, and I think with studies and things like that, I had really big aspirations, big dreams, and I think, yes, I'm not really sure about the details, but you know, our astrologer had said, you know, just give up meat for like a year or 2 and it'll help everything, you know, that sort of a thing. And we did, as a family, give up. And after that, after like the 2 years were up, I honestly never felt like going back to eating meat. A lot of people ask me why, and I just don't think there needs to be an explanation for why I don't want to eat dead animals, you know. I think, you know, the question should be, why would you want to, you know? But of course, I have friends and family who do, and it's perfectly fine. And you know, each to their own, and everybody has like a journey that they need to take, and I'm open to that, because like right now I would like to also stay away from, you know, dairy products and things like that, but it's really hard. So I avoid it, but I don't completely like cut it out, because it can be tough, but I'm on that journey. So yeah, that's the answer to the question that I get quite frequently about how long have I been vegetarian and why. So it's a very, very personal reason for me, even though in the beginning I was just told to do it. Later on, when I realized why I was doing it and why it mattered to me so much, because I honestly don't want to be the cause of pain, suffering, or death for another living, feeling, emotional being, because animals are. So yeah, that's that. Number 4. Okay, so guys, I've had braces. I can't remember exactly when. I think 18 to 20 or something like that, just before Miss Sri Lanka. I had fairly good teeth on my top, and I had a little bit of crowding on my bottom teeth, so I wanted to fix that. And I also had like a raised canine, which in Sri Lanka we call a naladata. So I had that as well, and yeah, so the worst period ever. Anybody who's had braces will know this, because my god, it's painful. Every time they tighten it, it's like your whole face, your whole skull is in pain. You can't eat anything, you can't function properly. It's just like 2 years of just trauma, honestly. Not good. But I did have them, and I'm grateful, because, you know, now I have kind of aligned teeth, and yeah, that's another thing that you may not have known about me. Right, so number 5. The longest relationship I've ever had is 5.5 years, and it was my first ever relationship as well. And we're still great friends. Honestly, just one of the nicest, most wonderful human beings ever. And I think, yeah, it also was just amazing for me to have like that first experience of another intimate being with that person, because of just how good a person they were. So it raised the standard for me as to like what's to be expected from somebody, how I need to be treated, etc. So I got really lucky. Like I said, we're still really great friends. We're really close as families, as individuals. So yeah, 5.5 years is my longest relationship. All right. So next is that I've never had a broken bone. Yep. So I've had scratches and stuff, but not really. Like I haven't really fallen down much because I wasn't like the kid that like was running around a lot or climbing trees. That was not me. I was very prim and proper and very girly, and I sat to the side and like played with things and did like intellectual stuff and like read books. Of course I wish I was a lot more like sporty and stuff, but you can't have everything. And as a result of my mom also being like really protective and like not allowing me to do a lot of like naughty experimental stuff, yeah, because of that, I guess, I've never broken a bone. So that's also one. Right, number 7, my first ever celebrity crush. Still is my celebrity crush. I have several now actually, but back then I just had like one for a while. Celebrity as in like showbiz celebrity, and then I had another. Yeah, okay. So the first ever celebrity crush, showbiz, was and is Shahid Kapoor. Oh my god, guys, honestly, we were slightly obsessed, me and my friends. And my friend Nusaiba, I think for my 19th birthday, got me a t-shirt with a photo of the two of us, like me and her here, and then like the back of the t-shirt, the entire thing was just Shahid Kapoor, and I loved that t-shirt so much. I still have it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, he's still my absolute fave, and yeah, just obsessed. Now I do have like a few other celeb crushes. I'll tell you all about it later. And I think when I was in like grade 11 in Melbourne, I did really like Kumar Sangakkar. I was obsessed with cricket for like a long time, and Kumar just, you know, he just was beyond. I mean, he was intellectual, he was classy, he was talented, he was you know, well-mannered. So I loved him, and in my school diary I had a heart frame and I had a picture of him, like a printed picture of him, black and white, with his cricket bat in my school diary. Any of my high school friends will attest to this. They would laugh at it and be like, who is this? Because he wasn't obviously like, you know, a showbiz celebrity, but I had that moment for a while as well. So those are two very embarrassing yet very true things about me. And now we move on to number 8. All right, this one is easy. I can't swim. Okay, I've tried to learn. In Singapore, I had an accident in the pool with my swim instructor. We were all swimming and everything, and I was trying to do what they told me to do and swim across, and he was supporting me, my instructor was supporting me, and when we got to the deep end, I realized that he wasn't there anymore. I panicked, I almost drowned, nobody came to help me for a while, and I think that really traumatized me. I refused to go back to the pool after that, and I don't think I really like, you know, gave up that fear and tried again. I really want to learn though, I do, but right now I cannot swim, okay? Alright, number 9. My first ever travel was at the age of 4. It was my mom and I and my dad. We went to Singapore. That was like the first ever foreign trip I took, and I think the travel bug bit me right then and there, because I was so excited about travel from that point on. We would travel, I think, almost yearly, because my mom worked for Sri Lankan Airlines back in the day, and yeah, we would travel to so many like different destinations when we were younger, and then of course it continued and does continue until now. But yeah, the obsession for travel, I think, began back then when I was like in kinder. So yeah. Alright, so number 10. I've had many jobs, guys. My first ever job was at the school canteen. Yes, so I would serve lunch to my friends, because I was so interested in like being independent and earning money and wanting to buy things and all of that. So in my lunch hour, instead of eating food, I would serve food for $6 an hour or something like that. Then I worked as a waitress and a sales assistant, and then, you know, moved my way up, and finally I worked as a sales consultant for one of the leading brands in Australia. And yeah, just that was amazing. I really made my way up the ladder in terms of retail. But I started as a canteen salesperson. So yeah, that's something you probably didn't know about me. Alright, so I've never ever failed an exam, ever, okay? But that's not what you need to know about me. What you need to know about me is the fact that I did fail one test, and that was my written learner's test. In Australia, you need to do a written learner's test for theory, and then you're allowed to get a learner's permit, with which you're allowed to train or learn to be a driver, to drive. And of course, I thought, being the smart ass that I am, that I can just wing this test, because how hard can it be? And it was really hard, because there are some like really factual things you need to answer, and you can't just guess at them because the guesses are like really close to each other. So I got like 3 things wrong, where you can only get 2 things wrong, because the pass rate is not 50 but 80. So I failed. I had to pay for the next test myself, because my mom refused to, because I'm an idiot. And somehow I did pass the next time and get my learner's permit. But that's all I have. I have a learner's permit, but I don't have a driver's license, because I never stayed in Australia long enough to get a license. And I can drive, I just can't drive legally alone on the road. Yeah, so that's that. And again, please, this is a safe zone, I hope, and that there's no judgment. So this you may or may not know, actually, but I am a trained dancer, trained in classical forms of Sri Lanka, Kandyan and Lower Country, and a little bit of Sabaragamu, and also Kathak, Bharatanatyam. And while I was in school in Australia, I did do like jazz ballet and all these like different Western dance forms, because they were used in some of the productions I did in school. And yeah, so my first ever guru was my uncle, W. Premachandra, who recently passed away, and he got me sort of, into it, and taught me my first steps. And then later I was really fortunate to learn under some real legends like Mrs. K. Madikosta, who is my shiro, and also Dinesh Singha. There was also Sarojini Fernando back in Melbourne, who taught me, and so many other gurus who I worked with maybe once or twice for a project, but have learned so much from, because this art form is something that you just keep learning and keep growing in, and I love it. It is just absolutely such a joy for me to dance anytime. It's just a really amazing, fulfilling experience. So yeah, I also did train for music for a while when I was really young, but then kind of just focused on dancing because I enjoyed it a lot more, I think. So yeah, that's another little thing. I have 5 long names that won't fit on my fit on anything, but definitely not on my passport either, so there's like a separate page for it, an attachment. So yeah, just they are Appukuttige Gamya Wijayadasa. So Vaidurya, the name of my brand, comes from my own name, Vaidurya, my middle name, and that's it. I mean, honestly, it is just so long and nobody really gets it right, but I do love it. I think it's unique and I wouldn't change it for the world, but it's long, it's cumbersome, but you gotta live with it. Alright, so another interesting fact is that I've worked with Bollywood's yesteryear superstar Mithun Chakraborty as his wife on a TV commercial directed by the legendary Priyadarshan, who is a South Indian director, well known, well respected. Priyan sir picked me for this TV commercial, and I was not told what my role was. I went on set, I got dressed up in a Bengali outfit, a sari, and walked in to find out that I was playing the wife of Mithun sir. And that was just, I mean, honestly, beyond a surreal experience, and I enjoyed it so much. I don't think I'll ever forget that. experience really, just working with that team. So, okay, so last but not least, for this movie I did, the second film I did in Sri Lanka, U-Turn, I had to ride a scooter, and I'd never ridden one before. But I was told that this is a requirement, and I just kind of said, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But I had no idea how I was going to train or how I was going to do it, because we had like a day or something between being told this and having to do it. So I got a friend to come over and like kind of just do it in my yard back and forth just for like 5-10 minutes, and I thought I knew what I was doing. And then I basically just went on set and learned on set how to do it in like 10 minutes. And then immediately I had to ride with like a child in the front of the seat as well. So I was shaking and shivering and just terrified, but also I think as an actor it gave me a lot of confidence, because when it comes down to it, it kind of made me think, okay, maybe I can just perform under pressure and like learn new skills and whatnot. But at the time, guys, honestly, yeah, I think I didn't breathe like the whole time. But yeah, now I can ride a scooter, and again, no license, so not legally, but I can ride it. But yeah, that's the other thing that you guys probably didn't know about me, is that I learned to ride a scooter on set for a scene. But guys, that concludes the 15, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you knew these and you guys are like, we knew all of these, just let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video, and until then, stay safe, stay smiling, stay joyful, and much love to all of you.